Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the brand new Black Shark 3 5G. This device is going to be releasing into the global market very soon, and it features 5G as we can expect. It basically is running a global version of the operating system, which means Google Play services to boot. But not only that, the box actually includes the 65-watt charger that actually works on this device. So let's not waste any time. Let me show you guys how fast we're able to charge it. Also, all the cool features about this brand new gaming phone from Black Shark. This is TK. Let's check it out. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified whenever we have new videos on the channel. We have the Black Shark phone. They include a case in the box. They also include the 65-watt charger. Now this is a European style charger, again 65 watt, very similar to the one we saw with the Mi 10 Pro. This is going to be able to charge up our device very, very fast, and we'll talk a little bit more. No headphone jack, no headphones, and we also pretty much include basically just the USB-A to USB-C cable to be able to use this charger. And as you can see, the case is actually very nice. We do have that magnetic connector here, as well as the 5G moniker that's sitting right there. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. And of course we have the Black Shark. This is the third iteration. We have a double camera setup here with a dual tone LED flash, a front facing display that is rated basically at 6.67 inch 1080p 90 Hz display, a front facing camera as well, and of course the Black Shark moniker all over it. We have a shortcut for the camera, fingerprint sensor, as you can imagine, and of course basically the operating system here is actually not called MIUI, it's actually called Joy UI. So this is running Joy UI 11. It runs the latest version with Android 10.0. Total internal storage is 128 gigs of internal storage, and that's running at UFS 3.0. Let's go, model number is Klein, by the way. As far as specifications, we have 8 gigs of LPDDR5. Again, runs the Snapdragon 865, 6.67, again, 1080p, 90 Hz display. No expandable storage, but will support 5G depending on the market that you're in. Google Play Store out of the box, installed and running. There's nothing else to sideload. So again, this is running the global version of the ROM. It does include an app drawer, which is out of the by default was turned on when I set it to be running as the UK as I went through the setup. Other than that, I think overall the aesthetics and the actual UI operating pretty much dark mode with Android 10.0, always on display, as you can imagine. Display settings, we pretty much have the ability of jumping in between 90 and 60 Hz, as well as the ability of turning on the dark mode under here from the color scheme. We do have DC dimming if we turn on the DSP display enhancements for better image processing. So anti-flicker, hardware DC dimming, as well as video HDR and super cinema mode. Text size, status bar, all different options there. But I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering, how does the actual device run when it comes to gaming? So let's go ahead and just, if we turn on the gaming mode, this is their gaming center. All your games will show here. If you are missing a game, you can go into the setting tab and you can add a game by just going through the system and adding it to the actual library. Again, you can look at them basically in a carousel form or in a grid lock, and you can kind of see what I have here. So I have Marvel Champions, Dub Dash, Gear Club, Dead Trigger, Racing 3 here, Fortnite of course, Vainglory, Call of Duty, Asphalt 9, PUBG, and we'll focus a little bit more on gaming when we get a chance to look into some of the main benefits here. One thing you want to keep in mind is that the Black Shark 3 Pro is supposed to be coming with a QHD version of this display, again running at 90 Hz. But as you can see right now with the gaming and the way we have everything, running at 90 Hz, depending on the games, if they support 90 Hz, this is going to work pretty easily. If they don't, it'll run basically at the maximum, kind of like how we're showing you guys right now with PUBG, and as well as the actual basically Call of Duty. Depends on the game, you're going to be able to get the best experience there. But for me, what I really like about this is the fact that we have the front-facing speakers here that are actually not only just comfortable, but also very nice as far as being able to provide a lot of sound for what you're getting there. So if we go under the actual music player here, we'll open up YouTube. This is Jumbo by Alex Trindo, an NCS release. They definitely do sound loud. They're not going to be the loudest speakers that I've heard before. One of the cool things though about them is where we have it slightly different with the Mi 10 and the Mi 10 Pro. Those stereo speakers are facing away from us. Both of the front-facing speakers here are very, very nice. But the charging test that I talked to you guys at the beginning, out of the box, this device comes with a 65-watt charger. So as long as we're using the original charger and the cable, we should be able to get the fast charging speed. And in my experience, the way we're able to do this here, as you can see right now, we're going to start it off by plugging it in as if the device died, meaning the entire 4700 milliamp battery is basically dead. And I'm going to go ahead and just plug it in, and I started the timer. At about 5 minutes, the temperature on the device went up to 78 degrees Fahrenheit, and the battery was actually up to 21%. This is from zero, dead, not even a battery level there. And again, from there on, we went up. About 10 minutes later, we were able to check it out, and the battery was up to 40%, roughly doubling itself at 87 degrees. At that point, I decided to go up to 20 minutes and see where we are. And in 20 minutes, we were able to get 74% on the battery. And again, the temperature was obviously still charging since the charging speed is very high. We are able to get at 94 degrees on the temperature Fahrenheit. At 30 minutes, we reached 91%, as well as 91 degrees. So it's kind of a 91, 91. At about roughly 40 minutes, I was able to get to 100% with 87 degrees as the battery charging speed started to slow down. So the thing about it is, even though this is a massive battery, we do have the faster charger in the box. So in the Chinese market, they get the 30-watt charger, but apparently the global edition will be receiving the 65-watt charger in the box, even with the standard Black Shark 3. Now, as far as the camera performance, we'll go ahead and turn it off. We have HDR, we have AI camera built in, so you're able to turn it on. Although in my experience after using this for about a day or so, that it tends to oversaturate the images, and we'll get a chance to look at some of those images with and without AI. But as far as actual what we have here, we have photo mode. So as far as the video, the maximum resolution on the back-facing sensor is going to be 4K 60 frames per second, and if I switch over to the front-facing sensor, 1080p at 30 frames per second is going to be the max. Let's go ahead and do a quick front-facing and back-facing sample of the audio and video on this device. This is a quick front-facing video on the brand new Black Shark 3. The maximum resolution we're able to go on the front-facing camera is 1080p 30 frames per second, although on the back-facing sensor we can go all the way up to 4K 60 frames per second. Went ahead and switched over to the main sensor on the back. Now here we have different resolutions. On the main standard focal length, we can go all the way to 4K 60 frames per second. We can switch over to the wide-angle lens, but there we're capped to 4K at 30 frames per second. Still, really nice functionality to be able to actually shoot in 4K on both the standard and the wide-angle lens. As you can see here, 4K 30 frames per second with the wide-angle lens, just fitting in so much more. So the Black Shark 3 is promising us a great gaming experience. Within the last couple of days that I've had the opportunity to play with this phone, I've been very pleased. Again, we're running at 90 Hz maximum refresh rate on that 1080p panel. We still have a 3.5mm headphone jack. I didn't get a chance to share that with you guys when we were looking with the hands-on. The front-facing speakers are pretty good. The experience that you get there essentially is that there's going to be different models of it. If you're going in with the entry-level model, which is what this is, the 8GB 128, you're going to be receiving the 65-watt charger in the box, which means you're going to be able to charge this device, as you guys saw, in 40 minutes from 0 to 100%. Again, the battery was completely dead. This is not just a temporary charge. So imagine if you're playing games and you want to be able to stay in playing for an extended amount of time, you're not going to miss out on anything regarding juice. This thing charges really, really fast. So summarizing everything, I think this is a great gaming phone. I'm going to be getting ready to putting more of a head-to-head video between this and the Red Magic 5G. I think some of you guys already kind of asked me for this not that long ago. And again, I'm really happy to be able to see, or at least say, that the basically the Black Shark 3 is coming to the global market, and of course available with 5G support. Let me know in the comments below what else would you like me to focus on with the brand new Black Shark 3. Otherwise, thank you very much. Like and subscribe as usual, and I'll see you guys in the next video.